If you want to get an extra hour of sleep tonight like me, you are in luck, as Sunday we will turn back the clocks an hour for daylight saving time, and it's also a good time to test your smoke alarms. Illinois will see new laws go into effect January 1st to restrict the state's health insurance companies from reducing patient care. Here are just some of them. Whether it's making someone smile, helping out a neighbor or stranger, showing up for an issue for the people we care about is what Giving Tuesday is for. It's hard to believe Christmas is less than 2 weeks away, and there is still time for you, the viewers of WIFR, to donate to our viewer tree here, back for a second year by popular demand. No matter if you're shopping for yourself, a friend, or even a loved one for the holidays, it's important you protect yourself from potential scams. A bill that could increase Social Security benefits for roughly 3 million federal, state, and local public sector workers is on its way to President Biden's desk.
And anything else outdoors that you may be doing? Maybe you're going to go cut down that Christmas tree.
Yeah, maybe. That would be the time to do it, just to go inside and then put the ornaments on.
Yeah, exactly.
Big investment I made thanks to my mom is I got reusable hand warmers.
Ooh.
So they just last a duration. Game changer if you're going to be out in the cold for a long period of time.
I've got a day to go shopping before Stroll on State on Saturday.
Alrighty.
It's going to be a brutal one out there.
Yeah, as Mark was saying, it is going to be really chilly. Just anything you got, just hat. Get like 2 pairs of gloves, have 8 layers on, just whatever
I've never done a face mask for shooting a game, but I think tomorrow might be the first time.
Alrighty, yeah, best of luck out there, Eric.
Yes, it's going to be a bit of a dreary time, but at least it'll be warm to start off the week.
Yeah, can't complain with that. I always have my umbrella in my car, and a big investment I made is I usually have like the smaller umbrellas, but it's like Mary Poppins. It just
pops up.
Yeah,
quick.
pops up in like a bowl. So I've got the longer, sturdy umbrellas.
That makes
Game
sense.
changer. So definitely going to be putting it to use.
Makes sense.
As we saw just in the regular season, it was the BNC for Byron. It was their conference and a tough one with Montini. But I mean, tough loss for them, but that is what you want to see in these playoff games, just how neck and neck it is. I mean, literally came down to the last play.
Yeah, seriously.
And yeah, coming up tonight at 10, you're going to have some more of those games, aren't you, Josh?
Oh, yeah, for sure. A lot more football frenzy games coming up.
Into tonight if Timecast has its way.
Yeah, can't complain just with the bit of shower. I mean, as we talked about earlier, just we'll take that over the snow at this time in
I was
November.
looking at some Facebook memories this morning, and it was a snowy one on this day several years back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to find out during the holidays, like, are we going to have a white Christmas or a green Christmas? I guess only time will tell.
True.
Hard to believe that it's bowl season and just we're going to have a string of bowl games all the way through New Year's.
Yeah, NIU's coming up too next week, so.
Yeah, can't wait for that one. The Idaho Potato Bowl?
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. There we go. If you want to get an extra hour of sleep tonight like me, you are in luck, as Sunday we will turn back the clocks an hour for daylight saving time, and it's also a good time to test your smoke alarms. The American Red Cross says since October 2014, it has saved almost 2,200 people's lives impacted by more than 1,400 home fires. The organization says to test your smoke alarms and replace the batteries if needed, to have alarms in every floor of your home and replace any that are older than 10 years old. They also recommend you practice your 2-minute fire escape plan. Now, you've heard of Nick at Night, but in Rockford, it's Nicholas at Night at the Conservatory and Garden Saturday. His families got to experience Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. The gardens was decked out for the holiday with albrijes, or animal figures made of paper mache and carved wood, the pulpicado, or paper mache, and la Catrina, which means dressed up skeletons. There was also music, dancing, art, stories, and more for people to see and learn about. The event started 7 years ago and has gone through COVID without a break. On November 1st, 2014, a vacant building at 313 North Madison Street in Rockford, previously used as a printing factory, turns into an outdoor adventure store. This weekend, the business celebrates a decade in the area. The general manager says they wanted to have a store that complements the outdoor attractions in Rockford. As part of their anniversary, Rocktown's hosting a 2-day celebration at its store, including a barbecue, exclusive sales, and giveaways. Next week, we turn the calendar to 2025, and several cities throughout the Rockford region have something to look forward to in the new year. This includes south of Rockford, where WIFR News reporter Jade Marceau-Marie talks with mayors of DeKalb and Rochelle on their 2025 outlook for residents young and old. Illinois will see new laws go into effect the same day to restrict the state's health insurance companies from reducing patient care, and here are just some of them. These are part of the Healthcare Protection Act, which Governor J.B. Pritzker signed on July 10th, 2023. This includes measures to restrict the methods that health insurance companies use to reduce patient care, and insurers cannot require prior authorization for a patient to get emergency treatment from a psychiatric facility. Another law requires insurance companies to cover name brand prescription drugs if the generic drug is unavailable because of a supply issue. Investigators are working to learn more about 30-year-old Joveris Porchia of Rockford. He's the man suspected in the shooting death of a 50-year-old man in Rockford Friday afternoon. Police were called just before 3:30 p.m. to the Max Smart on Kilburn Avenue for a reported shooting. Officers say they arrived and found a 50-year-old man with multiple life-threatening gunshot wounds. That man was later pronounced dead at the scene. Porchia was identified as a suspect today and faces 2 counts of first-degree murder. An emotional day at City Church in Madison today. A funeral service was held for 14-year-old Ruby Patricia Vergara, who died from a shooting at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison Monday. Vergara was a freshman at the school and an avid reader who loved art and sang and played keyboard in the family worship band. 42-year-old Aaron West, a teacher at the school, also died in the attack. 2 other students were shot and are in critical condition as of Thursday. Up until 15 years ago, the Monroe Fire District was all volunteer. They then transitioned to paid on-call firefighters, and now they are transitioning into part-time. The district's current volunteers have full-time jobs out of the station, posing a difficult situation when responding to emergencies. Its new daytime staffing will work for both fire and EMS for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Their Deputy Chief Richard Wilson says this transition wants to improve response times and better serve the residents of Monroe Township. Between Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday, there are plenty of chances for people to find the perfect gift for their loved ones or even their secret snowman this year. One of those was a pop-up shop at Inscape Collective. This 2-day shopping experience featured a collection of artisanal goods starting at just $2 from almost 3 dozen of Inscape's local artists. Gifts available included ceramics, paintings, woodworking, and more. Special gift wrapping was also available. The pop-up even had a live music and a book fair. If you are expecting to spend a lot of money on food, gifts, and more this holiday season, well, you are not alone. The National Retail Federation predicts a record 183 million people nationwide will shop either in-store or online between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday. But this is going to come with a price to the tune of a record amount of debt. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York says credit card balances hit almost $1.2 trillion in the 3rd quarter. Luckily, there is some relief as government data shows turkey and potato prices are cheaper than in 2023. Speaking of shopping, some Wisconsin residents are going to need some quarters for their carts as Aldi will open 17 new locations across 9 states, including in Wisconsin and Missouri. It's unknown when the stores will open, but once they do, the discount grocery chain will have around 3,200 stores nationwide, including the one here in Rockford. The Coronado Performing Arts Center is an iconic attraction here in Rockford, and now people can sign up to tour the theater as individuals thanks to the Rockford Symphony Orchestra and Friends of the Coronado. The organization's executive director, Beth Howard, says they've done group tours, but it's been difficult to have individual ones. Saturday was the first individual tour in years and featured a performance on the Grand Barton organ. Howard adds thousands of people come for the shows but don't have time to notice the Coronado's details and history, which she says is priceless. She urges those interested to sign up to get notified when upcoming dates are announced. Those are the sights and sounds of the Rockford Symphony Orchestra's largest production of the season, the Holiday Pop Show, which sold out last year. And it's back this weekend for 2 shows. As a bonus, former Radio City Christmas Spectacular conductor Kevin Stites is a guest conductor for these shows, featuring a trio of choirs and more than 200 performers. That final show will be at 3 p.m. tomorrow at the Coronado. The Mistletoe Walk, a decades-long tradition, the Saturday before Thanksgiving in Freeport, returns today with a full slate of festivities, and new this year was a s'more station for Pretzel City residents. The day was highlighted by a tree lighting in front of the Stevenson County Courthouse, as seen here. People also strolled through the downtown area to shop and dine at dozens of businesses and boutiques, along with a hot cocoa stroll where participating locations had hot drinks as you looked around. Additional activities include a horse-drawn carriage ride and live music.